Hello, how you doing? Have you seen how easy it is to build a simple neural network using PyTorch? Well, if not, then watch along with me for the next few minutes, and I will quickly get you up to speed. Okay, let's get started. PyTorch, an open source machine learning library, is renowned for its dynamic computation graph, which simplifies the development of neural networks. With PyTorch, setting up and training neural networks is quick and intuitive thanks to its user-friendly classes and extensive community support. In simple terms, PyTorch makes building neural networks accessible even for beginners by streamlining complex processes. In this video, we will train a very simple neural network, enable it to discover the pattern y equals x squared, even when the data is a little noisy. Our neural network will have one input for x, feeding into a hidden layer with 32 neurons, which will then feed into one output for y. The hidden layer is like the network's memory, helping it bend and curve its guesses. To run this Python script, you'll need to make sure to install some Python dependencies. So make sure to run pip install torch matplotlib to download these Python libraries. The PyTorch library is installed with Torch. We will use matplotlib to render a two-dimensional graph when running the script. Okay, so now let's look at the code. First, we see all the imports. Next, in step 1, we're going to generate some synthetic data for our quadratic function y equals x squared. We use torch.manual seed to ensure reproducibility by setting a random seed. The synthetic data set is created with the line torch.linspace. This generates 300 points between -3 and +3, reshaping the output into a column vector. In simple terms, this step creates a data set that mimics a quadratic function with added noise, which our neural network will learn to approximate. In step 2, we split the synthetic data into training and test data sets. First, we shuffle the data using torch.ranperm, which randomly reorders all the indices so the data points are mixed. Next, we split the data into the first 80% of shuffled indices, which will go into the training data set, and the last 20%, which will go into the test data set. So now in step 3, we define a simple neural network. In PyTorch, you define a neural network by creating a class that inherits from nn.Module, which is the base class for all neural network modules. Within this class, you implement the init method to define the network layers and the forward method to specify the forward paths. Simply put, defining a neural network in PyTorch involves creating a blueprint for how data flows through the network. So in step 4, we instantiate an instance of this neural network model. Now in step 5, we define the loss function and the optimizer. The loss function, nn.MSLoss, measures the mean squared error between the predicted and actual values. The optimizer, optim.atom, updates the model's weights to minimize the loss. In essence, these components are crucial for guiding the network's learning process by adjusting its parameters. Okay, so now in step 6, we train the network. Training involves implementing a loop where you pass data through the network, compute the loss, and update the weights using the optimizer. PyTorch AutoGrad feature handles automatic differentiation, making it easier to compute gradients and update weights. Basically, training a neural network in PyTorch is about iteratively improving the model's performance by adjusting its parameters. So now in step 7, with the model trained, we evaluate the model. We evaluate the model's performance using the 20% test data set to assess its accuracy and generalization capabilities. This evaluation involves running the model on the 20% unseen test data and comparing its predictions to the actual values to compute accuracy. In simple terms, evaluating the model helps you understand how well it performs on new, unseen data. Now in step 8, we want to visualize the results. This is where matplotlib comes into the picture. We create a plot of the actual versus predicted values. This plot helps us visualize how well the model has learned to approximate the quadratic function. Okay, so now I run the Python script, and here are the console results. And you can see the loss getting smaller as we iterate through the training loop in step 6. And here's the plot generated by matplotlib. And you can see the actual versus predicted values. Looking at these values in the plot, the model looks to be performing pretty well. Okay, so do you think you might try implementing a neural network model using PyTorch anytime soon? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about this topic. Okay, thanks for watching. This video, along with all the other videos in this place, are listed in the YouTube description. I invite you to watch other videos on my channel. If you like the way I'm sharing this content, please consider subscribing. When you subscribe, this really helps my channel grow. One last thing, we all love technology and we're all excited about all the innovation with the cloud and machine learning and AI, but don't forget to carve out some time to live in the real world. Go outside, go swimming, go hiking, go climbing, go surfing. Get out and move your body. And if you do, let me know in the comments. I want to hear about this as well. And with that, have a great day. Thanks.